Hello, welcome to another rating video on first appearances. Okay, let's start out with the cat. I actually like this character a lot. Here's my reader's copy. It's a tough book to find in high grade for whatever reason. I think because too many people didn't care about this book for decades. It was not taken care of. So most issues are pretty beat up. So here's my copy. It's funny how her color scheme, the yellow and the blue, resemble a lot like Wolverine. And Wolverine actually came out 2 years after the cat, so maybe the colorist for Wolverine has some, well, maybe this character has some influences on how the color scheme for Wolverine started out. But anyhow, I liked the name. Is okay, cat. I like the name, the power, the costume. I give it a 4. You know, it's a cool looking character, and the origin is pretty good. I like the fact that, you know, two candidate was chosen to go through this experiment, one with a different purpose for, you know, to create like an army of slave to carry out the wishes of the scientist. And then this character was chosen in secret to go through the same experiment, but she turned out to be the one that chose the right path after the scientist that helped create her was killed. And you know, that's what this book is all about. It's a pretty good origin, interesting origin, fairly original in my opinion. Nothing outstanding, but I give the story a 4 out of 5. And inside you have beautiful art by Marie Severin and Wally Wood. Look at this beautiful splash page. One of these days I will do a video on Marie Severin because I think she's very underappreciated, given, you know, she is one of the iconic Silver Age and Bronze Age artists of Marvel for many years, way before any other women that work in this industry. So I like this one. So overall this book got an 8 out of 10 from me, and I highly recommend it for those that want to speculate. This might be a sleeper, okay, given what happened to this character later when she turned into Tigra. And I will give a review of that character in another video. Next up is Ram. I think I would have given Ram a higher grade if I was much younger and see this for the first time. Every time I see Ram, he reminds me of the Cylon in the original Battlestar Galactica with the shiny silver metal outlook. His look is okay. I'm not, you know, maybe I have high expectation or standard. I just wish that his head looked a lot better than just a square. On top of that, you know, like I said, this was one of those few characters that was actually created as a toy first, I think, and then they created a comic book. So I understand maybe, you know, it was geared toward more younger kids, so you're not gonna have some kind of weapon that destroy and kill. Maybe that's the reason why this thing is not what it looked like. It looked like some kind of weapon, but for what it is, it's kind of like a transporter. You know, Ram can shoot that and it will transport the enemy to limbo or something like that. So the power is kind of weak. The parent is not all that exciting for me. I give that a 3 out of 5. which isn't bad, you know, on a grand scale of things. And like I said before in other video, 1 is hate, 2 is I don't care, 3 is have potential. So this have a 3 as far as look, power, and name. And then as far as the origin, it's okay. You know, I like the fact that he was a humanoid. So he was not like some kind of robot. You know, it was a humanoid that sacrificed himself to be turned into this weapon in order to save his people from the Wrath. And then the Wrath, the core enemy of Ram. You know, in this issue, I think the look, the appearances of that creature has not been fully developed yet. So you have more like a ghost-like figures. You know, it's not like some kind of ugly creatures with tentacles and stuff like that. So, you know, later years, you know, the Wrath look a lot different and look cooler and more nasty compared to what it was in this book. So I give the story a 3 out of 5 and the look a 3 out of 5. So this book only score a 6 out of 10 for me. Potentially another sleeper for the speculators out there, because it's fairly cheap to buy. Next, we have a book that I think is very difficult to rate because it's hard to separate what we know about this character today. You know, when I do this rating video, I try my best to be objective and not having the benefit of hindsight, what happened to the characters later. So Raj A Jul, okay, beautiful Neil Adams cover. I have shown this many times before. Beautiful cover. The name is cool, Raj A Jul, sound interesting, but I think Raj A Jul is one of those characters that was created with, you know, a bigger intention and futures down the road. So, you know, much of what this book and his first appearances was just a slow build. You know, you don't know much about him yet. You certainly don't know anything about the Lazarus pit. That's not introduced here yet. You don't know much about his power. Certainly you can get an idea that he has grand plan in his mind. He's, you know, we are not sure what his power is or strength. None of that stuff is in display here, so it's not easy to rate him. You know, so, you know, if I was doing my best to wipe out anything I know about what Raj A Jul became, one of the best villain for Batman since his introduction, I would have to say that, you know, for this book I gave him a 3 out of 5 for appearances, name, and power, because we don't know. The reader does not know much about his power or his true intention, really. So for that I gave a 3, but the story I gave a 4 out of 5 because it's certainly a good story on how he, you know, kidnapped Robin to trick Batman into trying to rescue Robin, and then of course revealed that he's a father of Talia, which is a big shocker at the end of the book. And for that, definitely, if I was a reader of this book, of the rack, I would be excited and would like to know more about Raj A Jul and his true intention. But for now, this issue by itself stands for a 7 out of 10. Not bad, you know, so I'm sure other people would give much higher mark, but I would say that's their personal taste. Last but not least is perhaps one of John Byrne and Chris Claremont. I would say probably more John Byrne and Chris Claremont greatest creation, Alpha Flight. Okay, I bring out both issue 120 and 121. 5 out of 5. Everything about the name, the team members, all of them, the look, the power, awesome. And then the story, forget it. The story is awesome. Okay, so these 2 issues, if you're an X-Men fan, I'm sure you love it. And if you're an X-Men fan back in the 70s when this came out, I'm sure you're dying to see the Alpha Flight get their own books. And for sure, when John Byrne launched the title in the 80s, I was super excited because I think this team had great potential. Probably one of the better modern day creation. I might be biased because I'm a big X-Men fan, but I don't think I have ever shown this book close up, so I'm gonna take it down and show it to you. But anyhow, thanks for watching. 10 out of 10. Okay, the intro of Alpha Flight. Anyhow, bye. Okay, so here's a close-up look of X-Men 120. This is a tough book to find in high grade because of the dark covers on the edges. And often, you know, when you have a well-centered book like this book, there's always a couple things on the spine. So, but I'm happy with this copy. So here you have, look at the splash page. So right away you see member of the Alpha Flight right here. Beautiful splash page. Like I said, this is just gorgeous drawing by John Byrne. So here you get a little glimpse of what the Alpha Flight team is. Okay, show you the member in human form. So in this book, I like the way John Byrne and Chris Claremont tease us with the Alpha Flight. You know, they don't really give you a good look at most of them. Gorgeous drawing here. I just love this. Here you go, see, you get the little shadow of shaman right here, or shaman. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. And then here, you get Nightcrawler getting punched out. Okay, but once again, you don't get to see the full look at the character, so a great tease, I say. Gorgeous John Byrne drawing. I just love the way John Byrne draws Storm. Look at that. That's a beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And then here, near the end, you see a glimpse of Sasquatch as he grabs Wolverine, snatch him from the corner of the street, and give him a good beating. But that's it. That's all you get to see. Okay, so if I was buying this book off the rack, I would be going bonkers to see the next issue, because the next one have a lot of promises. And sure enough, in issue 121 by page 7, this is what you get to see. The very first time Alpha Flight show up as a team in full costume. Wow, great look. Love it. I love every single one of the members and their powers and everything and the name. That's why I give it 5 out of 5. and these two books get a 10 out of 10. Anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.